Welcome to your practice. I'm so glad that you guys are with me today. Thank you. Grab a spritz. So today the moon is in Leo, so some of that like fire energy would be good. So I know some of you might have some Soulshine, that might be good, or courage, or spirit lift can be good. Anything that kind of gives you a little bit of maybe some energy, some heart, so heart honey would work too. But we want to feed the heart or the fire element today a little bit, kind of boost our moods and our spirits. So I'm going to have you form a mudra, and this is the Usash mudra. So ladies, you're going to put your hands together, and it's the left thumb touching the right kind of thumb, and men it's right over left. And you're just going to hold this at your solar plexus. And this is a mudra, it's called like the beginner of all things. And so it's a mudra to do in the morning to kind of cultivate the energy that you want to bring into your day, like that creative energy that's indicative of like sunrise, so that potential energy that we want to take. So let that mudra rest around your solar plexus, lower pelvis, and just close your eyes and begin breathing. And kind of feeling into the potential of this day. The potential to be in our bodies, to be of clear minds, to feed whatever in our lives we want to with our energy and our attention. To make conscious choices. So just kind of allowing yourself to feel potential and your power to affect that potential through your choice, through your energy. Breathing into this moment to feel yourself, so feeling into your body, what you come to the mat with this morning, physically, mentally, emotionally. And just breathing into all that. So whatever you find as you're scanning and as you're noticing, being internal, being perceptive. Just breathing and letting it have space on your mat. So today we're going to work with the pose Natarajasana, dancer's pose. And that pose has just like been on my mind lately. Mainly because of what it represents. So in Natarajasana, it's named after the god Shiva, who is the god of destruction and creation. So both, he has a lot of hats, but he's seen often in statues or in art forms dancing over the fire. And so he's one in which knows and reminds us that everything that is born has to be born of something that has lived its full potential, which is like in the cycle of life, birth follows death. And so Shiva knows this and reminds us that when we see destruction, when we see endings, when we see chaos, because that often ensues when things are ending, right? Chaos and sometimes uncertainty and fear of the unknown, all the things that we're all experiencing right now. Shiva is that reminder that truly that's the place of liberation, because when things are destroyed, when there is opportunity, right, to witness that there's new things that can be born, there's new choices, we have the most freedom, because we're the most free from the past habits and kind of ways in which we kind of move karmically through life. They call it samskara in the yogic tradition, which just means the habits and things that we do and do and do, but over time they may not serve us. And it's been a great awakening lately. So we're seeing so much. And so it's just a reminder as we do this pose that the potential exists for so much creativity, so much new energy to be born, so much shift, right? Awakening of collective consciousness, awakening to our potential. And so instead of leaning too far into the fear or too far into feeling helpless, right, or powerless, this is the time to step into our power and step into what it is we want to create. and to dance with that fear and kind of change it into fear, into that ability to consciously create what our world needs. One person, one action, one choice at a time. So we'll kind of embody some of those aspects of being in the heart, being in our power, feeling potential. So however that sits with you this morning, however that feels resonant or not in your life, we'll make an intention for your practice. So take another deep breath into this mudra of potential. And then rub your hands together. And then let your hands rest at your heart, bow towards your heart, and form this intention for your practice. Maybe it's something that you're gonna work with in your own body, your own life. Maybe it's something that you wanna offer your actions, your yoga practice to in the world. Maybe it's a group of people or person who can't practice, who doesn't have access to the tools of this practice. Maybe it's just something that you want to be in witness of today. Whatever it is, take a deep breath into your intention. Pause, hold it at the top of the breath, kind of feel that intention going through all the parts of your body, all the cells, tissues, and then when you're ready, exhale, send it out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then slowly open your eyes. We're going to start on our back, a little bit of core work. Because like Susan said, it's sometimes we get cold, and the best way to kind of awaken some of that energy is to wake up through the lower extremities. So to give some energy there, and then to lift the energy up to our minds, so that creative energy can come into our minds. So go ahead and lie onto your back. And you're going to place your hands flat on the floor. You can also have your hands behind your head if you would prefer that. So first, just hugging the knees in. We're going to inhale as the right knee comes in. Exhale as we switch. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So this can be at a high diagonal, or this can be low to the floor. Actively pull the knee into the chest as you're breathing, and actively extend through the thigh. So I can be more like here if I have any kind of disturbances or pain in my low back. So actively pulling in, actively reaching out. So inhale, exhale. So I'm closing my mouth, and I'm using the inhale and the exhale through the nose. You can go whatever pace you need. We're about a minute to stay here. And just kind of feel that energy moving through the legs, through the core, as the core pulls down, keeping the pelvis stable. So you want to really make sure that the pelvis isn't rocking forward and back as we do this. Keep it going. Keep your neck nice and easy. So try not to grit your teeth or squinch your face. And to start to feel energy moving in your legs and core. Start to feel from maybe where you started an increase in energy. We have about 10 more. And then hold the legs in. Take a deep breath in, hold the breath. And then exhale, extend the legs all the way out. And just rest on your back for a moment and just kind of feel the energy moving through your body. So kind of just focusing on the lower extremities and the core. Just what do you feel and sense in your body? And then one more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. So this next one's a breath of fire, and that's where we pump the belly. So we do short, quick, forceful exhales. And we're going to support the head, though, with this. So I'm going to take my left hand behind my head so that my shoulders lift off the mat. So I'm already feeling some core work here. I'm going to lift the right leg, and I'm going to point the right fingers towards the right foot. And I'm gonna do that breath of fire. So we're gonna do about a minute. So we're gonna do 30 seconds on each one. So it's a, so you're gonna keep your head in your hand, pump the belly, so just get it moving more than anything. And you're holding onto your hand and your right arm and your right leg. So keep going. I'm gonna count for you. I'm just watching, making sure that neck is relaxed. And again, pumping your belly. We want to get energy circulating through the core really quickly. Let me know if you have questions. And now switch. So the arm is going to switch. The left hand extends the left arm. And again, you're just off the mat. Your shoulders stay off the mat. Pump the belly, not necessarily the neck. Yeah, so like imagine your belly coming in and out, fluttering. So short, quick exhales. If you're shooting a fly, I know it gets really tiring. You can take a break totally if you need to. You have about 10 more seconds. You got it. Now extend both arms and legs if you can. Support your neck if you need to. Hold your breath for a moment. Feel all that energy pulsing through. And all the way down. Breathe and relax and feel. So in these kriyas that we're doing, we're trying to generate a lot of energy that awakens stagnation, that awakens a feeling of being dull or disempowered or sluggish. So it's not so much how intense you make it, it's that you feel that energy center starting to move. So you might just feel warmth, heat. You might feel your muscles burning a little bit, however you sense that. Now go ahead and bend your knees and hook your thumbs and take your arms over your head and stretch. You let your knees knock together if you'd like and stretch out through the core. Feeling your chest stretch and open. And then go ahead and take your hands down, realign your feet so that your knees are vertical underneath your ankles, and press into your feet and interlace your hands and stretch your chest. So I'm interlacing my hands and I'm pulling my fingers towards my heel, rolling to the outer border of the shoulder. Neck is long, so make sure that you need a pillow or anything for your neck to keep your neck, your chin from lifting, so the back of your neck is long. Press down through the fingertips, through the shoulders, and lift the hips. And as you kind of seal that inner arch from your inner heel to your big toe mound, kind of feel that stretch a little bit further forward and let the outer hips lift a bit. And just stretching through the chest, starting to open up the heart and the lungs. Nice deep breath, warming through the legs as well. And then just set the hips down on the hands if this is okay for you. Sometimes that feels good. It's a little kind of release for the wrist and the arms, but this it all hurts, then undo your hands in your class. We'll do this one more time, so breathe in and out. And then on the exhale, press into your heels, stretch your toes forward as you widen your arch and lift again. You have to reestablish your class. Go ahead and do that. Neck is long, the abs are engaged enough to keep the belly drawing towards the tailbone. And the thigh bones are reaching forward, so we don't want the knees to go wide. We want to feel the inner thighs kind of start to direct the energy straight forward. And just lifting the chest. Couple more breaths. And then you can again let the hips come straight down if that feels okay. To stretch your wrists and arms, and if not, you'll lift the hips and release. Okay, lift the legs enough to release, and then go ahead and pull the knees in. And rock and roll yourself up a couple times. So I'm curving the spine so I can feel the core, and I can massage the spine a bit. So I'm tucking the chin in, using a little bit of momentum to rock. And one more time. And this come up to a cross-legged position. So you're going to reach the arms out to the side, stretch open your chest, and then give yourself a hug. So as I'm doing this, I'm going to allow the elbows to come forward a bit, so I stretch open the chest. And I'm gonna lift the shoulders up and I'm gonna make a circle as if I was drawing with a pencil with my elbows. So allowing yourself to draw that big circle and remember what direction you're going. So you might feel some snap, crackle, and pops in those shoulders. Kind of sit really nice and strong through your sitting bones so that you can feel just a lot of movement in the scapula, the spine. And then go the opposite direction just for a couple times. You don't have to even it out. Breathe a lot, trying to hold your breath as you do this. And then we're going to take the arms out to the side, big stretch. So really reaching the palms away, opening through the chest, sitting up nice and tall, and then the opposite arm on top. So if you went to the right, go to the left. So kind of lifting the shoulders up, kind of broadening through the scapula, and then we form that circle. And we're trying to draw as big a circle as we can with the elbows. So trying to notice that you can feel the spine, the side body, everything opening up nice and slow. Use your breath. So maybe it's an inhale as you come up and an exhale as you drop down. You just keep breathing. And then just switch sides for just a few times. All you're doing is switching the direction. And then open the chest up. And release it down. Roll those shoulders a couple times. You can even touch your shoulder blades and roll them just to get, some nice mobility through the shoulders. And then go the opposite way. Nice. Shake it out. And then we're going to climb into all fours. We're going to continue working through the core. So really what we're trying to do is really just gather in a lot of that fire energy that we find through working the core, and then we'll translate that into some different areas of the body. So we're going to come into all fours position. So it's your first all fours. So feel free to move your hips around, cat-cow, all those things that you like to do. So move around, wake up your hands. So some of the actions that we'll need for Natarajasana is that pulling of the shoulder blades together, but down the back, right? And broadening and trying to feel the collarbone spread. So we get a little bit of that taste in the cat-cow, but we're going to accentuate and hold. So pull the heel of the hands towards the knees and draw the collarbones wide but forward. So it's okay for the pelvis to dip forward. Actively feel the stretching of the spine, the lifting. So the shoulder blades draw together but also down towards your hips without straining your neck. And now press into the palms and the knees and cat your back and feel as if from your belly there's a lifting up towards the sky. Really press down through your knees and let the crown of your head drop. Feel your core activate. Do this one more time. So actively pull the heel of the hands and the knees together. Feel a lengthening of your chest forward as your shoulder blades draw together and down your back. So you're pulling the shoulder heads towards the side of the hips. Like really feel that work in the scapula. And then press into the hands and the knees, and as if like a balloon was on your belly button and it started to lift, pull up. Feel that core work, let your head drop. And then bring it down. Now we've done these before, and those are scapular push-ups. So we're going to start in all fours, and I just let the chest drop and lift. I'm not bending my elbows. This is not a push-up. This is just mobilizing the shoulders. So shoulder blades together, shoulder blades apart. And we just did that in cat-cow, now we're doing it fluidly. So you're not going to bend your elbows. I'm just drawing shoulder blades together and apart. And if I want it more difficult, I walk the knees back and I try it here. So keep going. I'm just going to watch. Yeah, just like that, you guys. Keep your belly strong. Yep, straighten those elbows. Try not to move your head as much as you move your shoulder blades. It's hard because like your head just wants to thrust forward. Yeah, nice work, you guys. That's it. Good. You should automatically feel your shoulders starting to really warm up really fast. We'll do like 5 more. Just getting some heat there in the shoulder blades. Nice. And then just sit back on your hand or your hips for a moment, roll those shoulders again. Take your right arm forward, and like you're gonna shake someone's hand, reach it forward, bring it up, bring it back, and down. Reach it forward like you're gonna shake their hand, bring your shoulder blade up, pull it all the way back, pin it down, one more time, bring it forward, bring it up, pull it down, and back, and forward. Go the opposite way, so pull it down and back, lift it up, stretch it forward and down. So it's like you're moving in like an oblong circle. So you're trying to really move that humerus bone in the socket of your shoulder in as much movement as you can. One more time. And then just let that arm hang and just kind of noticing the difference between your right and your left shoulder. So hopefully you feel like you have a lot more space in the right shoulder than you do your left. So really breathe into that spaciousness. And we'll do it on the left. So we'll extend our left arm out to the side. We're going to start up this time. So the left shoulder comes up, it comes forward, then we drop it down and forward, back and down. And again, I'm going to go as slow as I need to feel this happening. I'm going to try not to use my neck and try not to bite my tongue, right? All those things. Okay, and then let's go the opposite way. So we're just doing like three rounds. Yeah. And then when you're ready, kind of shake it out and then just feel the difference between the sides. Hopefully you feel something good. Now I'm going to face you for this one. So we're going to breathe in, and then you're going to real quickly go without the breath, and then out. And then you're going to breathe in again. We're going to do this like 5 times. So deep breath in, hold the breath, and do little crosses. Doesn't have to be too hard. When you need to exhale, you just exhale, and then you breathe in, or exhale first, and then you have your last 2. Last one, when you're ready. You don't have to hold your breath very far or very long. And then drop your hands down. Okay, come to all fours again. Hopefully those shoulders feel nice and warm. We're gonna exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose. So I want you to cat your back, feel your core, and then reach your right toes back. So you're gonna get a little bit of lift, but keep your navel pulled back. We're gonna do this 10 times. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Get a little bit of stretch through that right front hip. Use your breath. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You can go slower. Last one, pull it in, hold, feel your core energy, and then extend it all the way out and back. Bend your knee and reach your left hand back. See if you can get that inside grip of the foot. And then again, heart forward, kick foot into hand. Just give a little bit of a stretch. Let it go, and then bring your right leg forward between your hands. Drop to your left knee, and go ahead and climb up to a lunge. If you need to pad your left knee, please do that. Pressing your hands into your right thigh, so you elongate your right thigh, pull your navel back. Feel that stretch for a moment as you allow the hips to come forward, but lifting through the core is going to allow you to kind of keep the pelvis from dipping too far. Arms are going to stretch up. Then lower the right arm towards the floor as you take a little side stretch. So kind of reaching those arms in opposition. Breath in, breath out. And then you're going to reach back up, both arms up. And then hands to the floor, step and fold forward, top of the mat. Our first forward fold, so please feel free to bend those knees generously, shake your head out. Nice deep breaths. Bend those knees, roll up nice and slow, head, neck, and shoulders, rolling. So a couple big shoulder sweeps, take the arms forward, back and out. Another deep breath, forward, back and away. One more time. And on the exhale, forward fold. Long spine, inhale. On the exhale, fold. Step your left leg back, drop to your left knee one time. Inhale, stretch up. And on the exhale, take your hands down, step back to plank pose. First plank, so if you need to have your knees down, please do. Pull the belly back, lengthen through your tailbone. Let the back of your neck be long. Come forward, drop to your knees, come all the way down to your belly. And then we're gonna bring the forearms forwards for skinks. So I have shoulder, elbow, one line, shoulder, elbow. I can clasp the hands like a prayer or interlace like we did in that first mudra if you'd like. Now for a moment, pull the elbows back vigorously, like you're trying to snake your way forward. Pull the heart up out of the belly and anchor through your feet. So I'm pressing the feet down, I'm pulling the hands back, my belly is pulled back and I'm lifting. So you get a nice little stretch here of the chest, widening those collarbones. And now you're gonna look down and you're gonna pull your belly off the mat. So my hip points might lift. I'm gonna keep pulling that energy up to where my hips lift, then my thigh bones. And then when you're ready, you're gonna hold here. So my knees are staying down. So it's all core work. Tailbone is long towards my toes, and my pubic bone is lifted towards my lumbar. You have 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and then slowly lower and come all the way down where your right hand, your right forearm is a pillow. Reach your left hand back, grab a stretch of your left thigh. So my thumb is pointing forward. I'm gonna try and keep my hips heavy to the floor, but I'll pull back using my bicep. So trying to really get that quad stretch. Nice deep breaths. And now kick the foot into the hand so that now you get a little bit of a shoulder stretch, because now my kicking the foot into the hand takes my left shoulder blade back. Maybe even I lift the thigh. I don't have to lift the head, but I certainly could if I want. And let that go. We're going to just do that first side. So now plant your hands. As you're ready, tuck your toes. You're going to press all the way back up to plank, and then your first time downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Pedal if you like, or find stillness. And then slowly dropping to your knees. We have that left side. So again, 10 times. I'm going to go left knee to nose. So I am curling, and then I lift the heel a little higher than my hip, but keeping the belly from sagging. So I want to protect the lumbar. So when you're ready, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Use your breath. This is powerful breath work to clear out the old. So just imagining like kind of that energy that makes you feel sluggish. You're kind of burning through that. Last 2. And then you're going to hold this one in. So pull it in, activate your core, and then take it all the way out. Bend your left knee, reach your right arm back. If you can't grab your foot, it's okay. You can just reach towards it. And then again, kick foot into hand, lift your chest. Shoulder on your back. Let that go. Step your left leg forward, however you need to. Pad your knee if you need, and then hands to the thigh. Then I allow my hips to come forward as I press my left thigh forward. And then my belly draws up. So there's that core activation. Soften your shoulders. Then the arms can come up if that feels good. Take a moment, stretch. And then drop your left hand down, stretch over to the left. Get a little right side body opening. And then both arms up, deep breath in. And on the exhale, step forward and fold forward. Then you can bend and straighten. Can let those hamstrings wake up again. This time come to a halfway lift. Bring your hands to your heart so that now you're strengthening the spinal erectors. So the collarbones are broad, shoulders on your back. Then dig into your heels, come all the way up. Then the arms are gonna stretch up, big stretch. And then we'll go over to the right. So right hand down, left arm stretches. Both arms up. Go over to the left, so left hand down, right arm. And then both arms up to the sky. And then pull the shoulder blades down your back as you exhale. Do it again. Inhale, arms reach up, and then pull the elbows together and down your back as you lift your chest. One more time. Nice. Okay, the arms are going to come up, and then we're going to take the hands back to bind. So if binding doesn't work, a strap is great. So you can hold a strap, or you can just have your hands like so. Thumbs forward, shoulders together. But what I'm looking for is broad collarbones, not shoulders forward. So it's more important that your chest is open, shoulders back, than it is your hands touch. So if you can bind, go ahead, bend the knees and fold. Really trying to keep contact with that open chest. Let the head hang. Couple more deep breaths, just like we did in bridge, really similar in the front half or the upper body. And then allow the hands to come down. Come to a halfway lift again. Feel your spinal muscles strengthen. Exhale. Step your right leg back, knee to the mat. One time, reach up. And on the exhale, we'll take the hands down, plank pose. Again, your first plank or your second plank. So really fire up the core here. It's a good way to kind of lengthen that entire spine. So maybe a full breath in the base of the spine to the crown of the head, and a full breath from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. Then come forward, lower to your knees if you need to, all the way to your belly. Come forward for Sphinx pose once again. Remember, you can clasp the hands. So as I'm letting the hips release, I'm pulling the navel up and back, and I'm pulling the heel of the hands back and the elbows so I can traction my spine a little longer. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to look down. My belly will start to lift towards the sky. Now my hip points, now my pelvis, now my thigh bones. And I'm going to hold here. Try not to let the belly sag and try not to let the hips go too high. So just holding here. And I'll take a little peek if I can see anybody. Neck is long. Keep breathing, you guys. This is such good core work. We all need this for our low backs. So important that our low backs get supported by strengthening these lower core muscles. Okay, you have 5 seconds. Make it count with deep breathing. So this intensity is good training, right? How we breathe through things that are difficult, hard, uncomfortable. And then when you're ready, lower the hips. Breathe in. And then take your left forearm down for a pillow. Then it's your right hand that reaches back. And I have the outer grip, thumb facing forward. And first, just bend your elbow to the degree you can. You can also use a strap to bring your heel in towards your glute. Now don't let the butt lift, so allow the tailbone to lengthen towards your knees and towards your toes. And get the quad stretch. Like really breathing into the front of your thigh, right? That hip crease that if you sit or you drive, this is the space that we need to open. Then when you're ready, kick the foot into the hand and start to feel the right shoulder move on your back. Maybe you lift the thigh. So opening up the front of the chest again, feeling now the hip flexors. And then when you're ready, let that go. Hands come in, pressing to plank and then to downward facing dog. Head relaxes. 3 deep breaths. You can lift and lower the heels if you need. And if you need more support for your low back, bend the knees. And this is a great way to traction your low back. Look forward, hop or step top of your mat. Halfway lift, stretch long. Fold on exhale, and this time bend the knees, chair pose. So we're gonna get a little twisting action going to warm up again through the core. So I'm not so concerned that you touch your elbow to your thigh, but that you twist and keep these knees from splitting, okay? So it's okay to hover, but if you wanna tap it, you can. This is gonna be rhythmic. We're gonna inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And I'm gonna twist from my core, keeping my chest open. So try your best not to round and close it off. Okay, we're gonna do this for a little bit of time. So close your eyes and get into it with your breath, so that you're not thinking how much longer, but you're using this as a way to clear out, as a way to breathe, connect to your body. Keep it going, we're almost there. Start to feel your legs fire up. Everything starts to talk to you, and you can just breathe through it. Okay, we have 4 more. Last one on each side. Arms to the center, sit back, deep breath in, and then stand tall. Reach your arms out, back, and away, and then arms come up, big breath in. Exhale. 2 more. Shoulders on your back, 1 more. Arms stretch up, and then exhale, forward fold. Long spine, come a little bit higher so you can broaden collarbones and strengthen your back body. Exhale, fold. Step your right leg back for a lunge, and this time you're gonna let your right knee almost touch the floor, but it's not, and then climb into a lunge. So I'm really letting a heaviness exist in my right thigh. I'm gonna take my hands on my back, either fingers forward, thumbs back to open, or I'm gonna have an open heel of the hand clasp with the shoulders reaching back. And I'm gonna hold for 5. Letting that right thigh get heavy, left thigh really engages. 4, 3, 2, and then when you're ready, we're gonna straighten both legs, arms reach up, and then exhale, go right back in. 2 more. 1 more. Stay here, hinge forward, and then again, turn and twist. Pull the shoulders on your back and try to move your chest forward. For 3, big twist for 2, and then both arms come up, big breath in, and on your exhale, hands down to the floor, plank pose. Nice deep breath in, and on your exhale, come all the way down to your belly. Sphinx pose, just 1 time, and on your exhale, we'll roll up. Stay for 5. Lengthen the back of your neck. Let your collarbones lift forward. 3, 2, all the way down. 1 more time, lift. Walk your hands back with the lifted chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. We're going to take that left leg up and back. We're going to step it forward between the hands for a lunge again. So right knee comes down. So we're going to take that right arm out to the side, and we're going to lift the leg, and I'm going to grab the outer foot. And I'm going to let my chest turn forward, and I'm kicking foot into hand, and the left arm can come up. I'm kicking foot into hand. So I'm getting a different stretch than I did before. Breathe in, breathe out. Now if you can, sweep that left arm back your hips up, and see if you can grab, and you sometimes lose your balance. Both sides of the foot and pull it in. So I'm using my biceps, same thing we did before. Breathe and keep your chest open. For 3, you might need to pad your knee. 2, and then slowly let it go. Bring your hand forward, let your hips come forward. Left arm reaches forward, and then just big shoulder circles. Reach it forward, and then as you take your arm up, take your shoulder back. And then 1 more time. You got it. Take both hands forward, step and fold forward, top of your mat. Long spine, inhale. Fold on in, exhale. And then again, bend the knees, sweep your arms all the way up, stretch. 3 times, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. hold for a moment, and then the arms stretch up. Hands to the heart, exhale. Switching up that twisting action, you're going to take your hands out and you're going to touch your thumb to the base of the pinky finger. So it goes a little, you might only reach the ring finger. Take your arms out to the side. You're going to keep your hips somewhat fixed. It's inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Keep your chest open. We're starting to lift the core energy, and this is a mudra that activates the mind. So you get some of that fresh energy to your mind to see differently. And we're just here for about 30 more seconds. Inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. Chest stays open. We're feeling that rotation and torso work, kind of loosening up energy in the spine. Keep going, keep your breath really strong. You can close your eyes and focus your energy between your eyes at your third eye. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then arms sweep up. Exhaling to the heart and just noticing how you feel. You might start to feel a little bit more clarity in the mind, or maybe a little bit more, kind of more balancing through your energy, maybe. Maybe you don't know what it is. Anything, and that's okay. Arms are going to stretch up. And then exhale, forward fold. Long spine. Pause and hold, broaden your collarbones. Exhale, fold left leg back. Knee goes almost to the floor. And then you climb up. And again, it can be fingers forward, thumbs back, elbows back, or you can clasp. And I'm having an open heel of the hand, bent arms. My biceps are working. And I want to drop through that left thigh as if it has like a weight attached to it. So it's a really good opening in a strengthened position for your left quadricep. So keep breathing, you almost got it. And then let that go. Straighten both legs, arms reach up, get as long as you can, and then exhale, pull those shoulders onto your back. And then again, breathe in, and then exhale. One more time. Keep the shoulders on your back, keep your chest broad, and then hinge forward and twist. So really letting the shoulders help direct the twist. Lift from your back thigh. You can look down if your neck bothers you. Keep that left shoulder blade active too. And then when you're ready, both arms up. And then exhale, hands to the floor. Plank pose. Breathing in, breathing out, pausing, and then coming forward. This time drop to your knees and do a baby push-up. And then pull the heart forward, straightening the arms, keeping the knees bent. And lift the chest. So from the belly to the chest, I want you to really feel a lift and a press away from the floor. Shoulders on your back, so broaden collarbones. And when you're ready, lift up from the hips. Let your hips come back. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. When you're ready, the right leg will lift up. We'll step it forward between the hands, drop to the left knee. Then I'll come up, right hand down, left hand swings to the side. I'm holding a platter, and I just keep reaching it back to grab onto the outer foot. And I'm going to kick my foot into my hand and direct my left chest forward, if I can. Maybe the arm comes up if I have enough balance. So that I'm kicking foot into hand with, a little bit of pressure so that I can feel that shoulder open. Now I'm going to walk that right arm back, those big shoulder circles, and maybe my thumbs touch at the ball mound of my foot. And then I'm going to pull with my biceps to bring the heel in. So now I'm feeling a different part of my leg. Keep breathing for 3, 2, and then let it go. The left arm's going to come forward, and I'm going to do those big shoulder circles. So I'm in a lunge, I reach forward, just like I was doing that hand shape before, and then I come up, and I reach back and down. I want to get as much stretch as I can. One more. Yeah. All the way down to the floor. Step and fold forward. Long spine. Fold on exhale. And then bend the knees, circle sweep all the way up. Stretch and hands to the heart. Okay, so the first depiction of dancer that we're going to do, I'll show it to you from the side profile, is we're going to stand on the right leg and the left leg just kind of kicks up. So it's right knee can be slightly bent, left leg up. The right hand is in the Abhaya mudra, which is the fearless mudra, protection. So this hand just comes like so. And this hand's like an elephant trunk. And we're just balancing. This is a depiction of Shiva that you see. So I want you to imagine your right foot on any obstacle that you feel stands in your way. This hand being a hand to remind you of your fearlessness, your protection. And the left hand is the wisdom, right, that Ganesha possesses. So closing your eyes, letting your attention come to your third eye and take 5 deep breaths. And it's okay to be wobbly, right? It's okay to have to practice our balance and to feel, because when we're doing new things, that's very common. 3, 2, and then just come to standing. Shake it out. We'll stand on the left leg and kick the right leg. Okay, left hand, right hand. And breathing. Imagining what it is that you're able to create out of something that's ending or feels really chaotic or feels like doesn't mean anything at this point. Maybe it's just like, feels like utter chaos and confusion. But there's potential there. Notice all the wobbliness and notice your determination to continue. And if you have to come up and out, up and up, and release. Shake it out. Shake it through your body. Reach your arms up. And on the exhale, hands to the heart. So the second one we're going to do is going to be more of a moving dancer. So you don't have to balance quite yet. So I'm just going to walk it through you slow, and then you're going to decide how quickly you want to move through dancer. And think of it less as like a static hold and more of just like letting that energy come through you. Okay, so starts really similar to the way we just did it on our lunge. The left hand comes out, and I'm going to grab either inner or outer foot. And I'm going to lift, and I'm going to circle my arms and do the second side. Just a little bit of a lift, circle. So you can bend your standing leg, kick, circle. So it's not meant to have anything that you have to ace, just more of a, can you grab your foot? Can you get any type of lift, even if it's just grabbing the foot and coming up like so. It could look just like this, but rotate your shoulders. Grab a hold of your foot in any way. If you've got tender knees, it's okay to just do a heel lift without grabbing onto the foot. You're still stretching and engaging the hamstring. Get close to a wall if you need to. You've got like 30 seconds. So really get in this movement, like a meditative movement of letting that energy of Natarajasana come through you. Imagine him dancing over the fires of everything that is fearful in our life. Being able to dance with it. We've been talking about grace this week. Okay, maybe like one more on each side. Nice, and then let it go. And just stand with both feet on the mat, shoulder blades widening, collarbones widening, just take in that energy. And then the arms will sweep up. Just one time, pull the shoulders onto your back and hold it. So the shoulders make a nice nest for the heart to lift. Feel the opening of the front of your throat, kind of imagining a softness at your throat. So there's no hardening to make the chin come up or down. Big stretch up. And on the exhale, hinge towards that higher halfway lift. And then you're going to stand into your left leg. So find all that good strength in your left leg and sweep the right leg back. And you're going to kind of lift the chest, lift the heel, and you're going to come back in. And you're going to hinge forward and do the second side. Similar to that cat-cow we did. Take your time. We're only doing this a few times. So it doesn't have to be really quick. Just getting used to that, strengthening the bottom leg. Now the next time you do the left, we're going to hold this one. So hinge forward, stretch the right leg back. You can even bend the knee if you need to reach the leg up. Let the heart lift. It's kind of like a standing partial dancer. And then step your right leg back to a warrior one. Take your hands back behind you to bind and lift the chest. And again, fingers forward works or hands together. And just stay here opening the chest. Knuckles stretching back, heart lifting. Strong in those legs. One more deep breath in. Reach your arms all the way up, stretch. And on the exhale, hands down to the floor. When you're ready, plank pose. We're gonna try that upward dog again. So come forward, drop to your knees. Right away, lengthen your chest. Baby push up. Now straighten the arms as you lift the chest, straighten the legs. And now reach through your feet. Really press into the top of the feet like you did in your Sphinx pose. Reset, elbows out and in. And if you want to lift the knees, you can. Otherwise, you can keep them down. And then hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to take that left leg and bring it up. And then take it forward between the hands. High lunge this time. Bring your arms up. We're just going to hold that one shape we did. So elbows on the back, lift your chest. Kind of really feeling that heart lift, strengthen the upper back. And then as you're ready, you're going to keep that strength as you bring the hands together. And it's a twist to the left. So you can keep your hands at prayer. If you want to step both feet together and do that prayer twist, you're welcome to do that. You can even challenge your balance by lifting the right leg. For 3. For 2, both legs down, forward fold. So step forward if you're not already there. Long spine, all the way up to standing. Hands to the heart. Last time through, and then we'll have our final dancers. So remember, we hinge forward. My belly is strong. I'm going to stand into my right leg and sweep the left leg up. And I am lifting it slightly higher. The chest lifts a little bit. And then I'm going to switch, nice and slowly. Keep going, just like forward. It's okay. Again, it's okay if you're wobbly. It's not to not be wobbly. This is the practice of embracing that, breathing, practicing all those good things along with it. Nice, you guys, good. Okay, the next time your right leg is there, you might bend the knees so that you can lift the chest a bit and lift the toes a bit. So again, that same kind of arc we did at the very beginning of class, step it all the way back, warrior one. So the arms come up, and then we open through the chest. Remember, you can always go thumbs to the waist. Lift and start to peel the layers of the collarbones back and even wider. Start to feel that flesh really dilate. Strength at the upper back. Okay, release the class, arms reach up. And then exhale, hands to the floor. You're going to pick your favorite back bend. So it could be upward dog, cobra, it could be bow pose. But go ahead and take it through all the way down or staying up. And you're going to have 5 breaths. All the same work, stretching from core through your feet, shoulders on your back, heart proud. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog when you're ready. Right leg will lift up, and then we'll step it forward for that high lunge last time. Just one time, arms up, and then pull the shoulders onto your back as a way of nesting the heart so that the heart can feel a little bit softer in its opening. There's more space there. And then keeping all that, bring your hands together. Can you keep your collarbones wide and your shoulders strong? Hinge forward in either a prayer twist in a lunge or a prayer twist in a squat. And maybe it's a balancing one. For 3, for 2, and then it's all the way down. And then just bend your knees and roll up nice and slow so you can feel the upper back, get a little stretch on the way up. Nice. Roll the shoulders. So dancer pose can be done with your hand on the outside of your foot or the hand in the inside. Totally a preference. And what we want to feel is there's just as much lift to the chest as there is kicking back. So we don't want to hinge forward too fast and lose the heart lift, right? So let the kicking of the foot be what allows you to come forward without losing your chest. So it's oftentimes nice to have your hand near a wall so that as you kick back, I have the wall space here. So if you want to grab onto a wall, please do. Otherwise, stand in your left leg. And again, hand out to maybe grab outer grip, or if you're feeling it today, inside grip. So first, I'm going to allow myself to find my core, tailbone long. We did all that before. Left arm comes up. So I can bend the left leg for a moment. This is going to give me a little bit more rootedness. So first, I find that synergy between your core all the way up to the heart, and then I'm going to kick my foot into my hand as I lift my chest. And I might start to straighten the standing leg. And I'm going to really kick that foot back and really lift my chest. And over time, as the leg lifts, I might come forward. Maybe. Try to stay for 5 breaths. So try to really breathe, and it's okay if you have to come out and come back. Keep kicking foot into hand. Keep reaching from the right chest to the right hand. And then when you need to, slowly come in and release it out. Take a moment to breathe, catch your breath. Yeah. Okay. Second side, so we stand on our right leg. I'm going to bend it, either inside or outside grip of the foot. Find your core. So lengthen tailbone, engage. This is your power center, and that's what has to go down to root you and what has to lift you up. So find it first, right arm up. But at the same time that I kick foot into hand, I'm lifting my chest towards my palm. And I'm going to really vigorously reach back so that I can extend the foot. And maybe over time that foot gets taller than my head and I will hinge forward, but I don't have to. And then nice deep breaths, really open through your left chest. Feel that big stretch and opening there. You guys look awesome. Yeah. And then let it go. Nice work. Bring your hands to your heart and just feel that in. Kind of feel the beating of your heart as a way to kind of feel that rhythm and that energy of the heart space, and really let that be felt throughout the whole of your body. Okay, well, vinyasa down. Arms are going to stretch up. On the exhale, forward fold, nice and slow. Take your time here in your forward fold. Feel free to bend the knees as much or as little as you want. Halfway lift stretch. Fold again. And this time just step right back to downward facing dog. Feel free to bend the knees if you want. Feel free to put the knees all the way down towards more of a puppy dog if you prefer that. Let's take that left leg up and let's bring it forward for a pigeon pose. So I'm going to touch my left knee to my left wrist, keeping the knee joint closed. I'll tuck my right toes under and reach that right foot back and then untuck. So I'm going to stay upright if that's possible for you. If this bothers your low back or it bothers your knee, then either please sit onto your left hip to get off of loading that knee, or come onto your back. And you can do this pose on your back. Okay? So you can just grab onto the shin there. So first lifting up, maybe you're able to walk the hands back and maybe the hands even come up for a few breaths, just to, again, stretching and opening. And then when you're ready to come down, slowly coming down and forward, maybe onto like those Sphinx arms. You've got some options here. So one of them is just to stay forward and to allow yourself to settle into this pose. If you'd like to twist, the right arm can come forward and the left arm can run under. I need a block for me to do this because otherwise my head is suspended. So you can play with that. Some people like prayer twist because they can just prop up on their elbow. So you can see if that is something that's interesting. Nice deep breaths. For your last couple. And then slowly coming back up. Tuck your back toes under, come to downward facing dog, or whatever you want to do to kind of flesh that out of that one side. When you're ready, the right leg comes up. Now I bring my knee towards my wrist. I'll tuck my left toes under and back my left leg back so I can really feel a big opening. And if it's just all I can do is have my hands forward, that's totally fine. If I need to come down because this is hurting my back, I'll listen to that. And if knees are talking, then I'll put a block underneath or I'll sit off to the side. But try for at least 5 breaths to come upright and you'll get a nice deep stretch across the left hip flexor, the left low belly. And then when you're ready to climb on down. Decide if just staying put would feel amazing, or if you want to extend the left arm and thread, or a prayer twist to the left, where you can prop up on that elbow. Nice deep breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly bring your hands down, and then down dog or anything else that you need. And then as you're ready, coming onto your knees and then onto your back. You made it. So go ahead and take your legs straight up to the sky, point those toes back, and then widen your legs for a straddle stretch. So feel free to bend those knees if extended legs is uncomfortable at all. You can always just bend the knees and roll the inner seams of your legs. Kind of getting those inner thighs. Last deep breath in this position. Bringing those legs back up. And then go ahead and lowering that right leg as you hug that left knee in. Then taking that left knee across your body to either hover or to come all the way to the floor. You can decide how big of a twist you want. Take another final twist. Kind of reaching that left side chest away from that left hip as it drops towards your right heel. And pulling that left knee back up towards the chest, bending your right knee and finding a half happy baby. So I'm going to bend the left knee and the foot's right above, and I'm going to pull it as far down as I can. So it may not meet the floor, but I'm just going to pull down. Might make me roll towards the left a little more, that's okay. Let's kind of open into the inner thigh again, the outer hip one more time. And just release it down for a moment. Just kind of neutralize. So maybe around a bridge, or if you like a shoulder stand or anything like that, go ahead. Before we switch sides, and then just coming down. So just a brief visit, just to kind of neutralize the back. Both legs come up. Pull that right knee in as you extend through your left. And then any twist of choice. So it can be a hovering or an all the way to the floor twist. To get a big rotation, stretching right chest away from that right hip. And then onto your back, bending the left knee. It's a half happy baby. So remember, you can grab the ankle or you can grab the lower leg if the foot's not accessible. I'm going to pull down as far as I can, even if that makes me roll to the right. Just to deepen into that hip stretch. We didn't do a lot of outer hip opening because we wanted to focus on the back bends. So kind of want to keep the pelvis somewhat neutral when we do that. And then both feet down. So you have the chance for one more inversion. for a little bit longer hold. So for some of you, you might want bridge again, shoulder stand, headstand. If you want to get up and do something like handstand, I want to give you enough time for that. So it's, again, a way to integrate getting upside down. So getting upside down and allowing all that core energy to come towards the brain, which then enlivens our intellect to have more possibilities, kind of refreshes our thinking, kind of think of it like that. So take your time, choosing whatever would be interesting for you. And if you just need extra breathing time, because sometimes that's nice, you just come onto a seat or onto your back and begin just a long, deep breath. That can be really supportive as well. Make sure you're breathing, whatever you've chosen. And it's nice to give yourself settling time in the shape where you really kind of drop into the experience. You can really just kind of notice what is shifting as you're upside down. How does it affect your thoughts and your way you connect to your body? What does your energy feel like? Okay, when you feel ready, so please don't rush, whatever timing would feel good. Go ahead and really lie onto your back and allow yourself to just stretch out for a moment. So if that means bent knees for your low back, please do that. We've been working with the breath that moves from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. So I want you to imagine that that is traveling up your center channel of your spine. Now, if today you want to calm your energy, as you travel from the base of the spine to the head, come up the front of the spine. And that's going to lift your energy, and you'll travel back down. So you're making your circle coming up and coming back. If you need to calm your energy today, if you feel a little bit of anxiousness or stress, come up the back of the spine and come down the front of the spine, okay? So just close your eyes, allow yourself to settle into your position. And on the inhale, from the base of the spine to the crown of the head, breathe in. And from the crown of the head to the base of the spine, breathe out. And just continue doing that. From the base of the spine to the crown of the head, breathe in. From the crown of the head to the base of the spine, breathe out. And you're just going to continue that. So you're doing your circles if you want to move the energy in any certain way. And if you want to just neutralize it, just going up to center. And you're just doing this for maybe like 5 more cycles of breath. Just really all the energy that you enlivened and awakened, we're just wanting to send that and neutralize it out to the whole body. And after your last one, just let the breath go, let it be easy, and let yourself just relax and experience what you've created. Whether your mind understands it, right, and you know what you've done, you've moved your energy, you've shifted the field of energy around your body. When that happens, that's the area in which new things can happen. New choices, new ideas, new places of awareness. And this is the time to give yourself the space to realize that that's what that is. So spaces between the doubt or the worry or the programming of doing the same things, like those are those magical spaces in which we get the power to say, what if this? So just rest in those spaces as they come available. Take a moment to imagine your Natarajasana, your dancer pose energy. That which gives you the determination and the skillfulness to not be swayed or disrupted by all the chaos in a way that ungrounds or unsettles you, but in a way that emancipates you from what might not have been working. It allows you the freedom of choice, of awareness, of determination to try new things, to face fears, to create from a brand new energy. So seeing in your life, maybe you see a choice that you're going to make, or you see the confidence, or you feel in your body that inner steadiness and groundedness that allows you not to be so affected, right? But yet you can dance with grace through these trying times. When you feel that you have that vision, go ahead and wiggle fingers and toes and send that energy through your body. A little bit of breath and movement. And then if you want to come up to a seat, go ahead. Otherwise, you can stay on your back. And then we can form that mudra that we did where we interlace the hands, left thumb on top for ladies, right on top for men. Holding the potential of your day, knowing that you have these skills of breath, of awareness, of finding new places of balance, of listening, of learning. All the things of the practice, you have these tools, and may we use them to benefit not only ourselves, but our world, through how we interact, through how we live, through how we see. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. May all beings be happy and free. May our words, thoughts, and actions contribute to the happiness and freedom of ourselves and all other beings. May it be so. Take your hands to your heart, bow in. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for your practice.